The two organizations' websites that I will be comparing are the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration and the United States Fish and Wildlife Service. Background information on the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. The mission of the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service is working with others to conserve, protect, and enhance fish, wildlife, plants, and their habitats for the continuing benefit of the American people. Whereas NOAA is an agency that enriches life through science. Their goals reach from the surface of the sun to the depths of the ocean floor to keep citizens informed of the changing environment around them. From daily weather forecasts, severe storm warnings, and climate monitoring to fisheries management, coastal restoration, and supporting marine commerce. NOAA's products and services support economic vitality and affect more than 1/3 of America's gross domestic product. NOAA's dedicated scientists use cutting-edge research and high-tech instrumentation to provide citizens, planners, emergency managers, and other decision-makers with reliable information when and where they need it. There are 5 criteria that we're going to be using today to compare these two websites. Our first one is engagement. This is going to be a measure of how the information is presented to you, especially on the home page of the website. This will be more of an analysis of the graphic design elements that are found on the web page and how it draws your eye to the information. Our second metric is ease of navigation. This will be an analysis of the organization of the information and how it affects the readability and accessibility of the information. Our third metric is consistency of theme. This is a measure of the differences found between the home page and other web pages found within the website. Our fourth metric is quality of information. This metric not only describes the information that can be found within the website, but if there is specific information that is available to you. For example, contact information for specialists in specific regions, or if you want to learn more about a specific topic. Our fifth metric is going to be unique features. This criteria defines features that are unique to the websites that provide their user with interesting information and with a perspective that could be found to be quite unique to those websites. For the metric of engagement, we'll be looking at the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service's website first. You're greeted with a banner here that has text in the foreground of the image with a hunter aiming at waterfowl that come from the background of the image into the foreground. This can create an appeal to hunters. You can also see here that there are white sidebars on the web page that place your focus on the website's information and give the website a clean and crisp look to the web page. Here you can see that NOAA's web page is quite different. This is a dark image that's interesting and makes the white text pop out at you. The image itself, with dark blues and black, do not contrast with the theme found in NOAA's logo. This full screen image draws you in much more effectively than the U.S. Fish and Wildlife banner. It also generates a great deal of focus on what the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration is doing. The navigation metric. NOAA's website features a menu bar that stretches out from the side of the page, featured here whenever you mouse over it. And it divides its 9 disciplines into easily read subcategories with images that correspond and are easy to interpret. Here, you can see that all of the information and subcategories that the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service provides is alphabetically organized in a sidebar that spreads down the entire length of the page, which, as you can see by the size of this bar here, it makes it quite a deal longer compared to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's homepage. Navigation metric. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has all of the information located on the front page, which makes it easy when you're at the front page, but as soon as you get away from the front page, all of that information disappears. And for the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, they have their sidebar, which is always present and always there, with all of their disciplines, which enables you to get anywhere you want easily from anywhere within the website. Also, both of them, the logo is a link to the front page, which is pretty neat of a feature. Consistency of theme metric. This is an example of one of the articles that you get linked from whenever you go away from the homepage, and you can see that there's a great deal of beige instead of the usual colors of white and blue. It's not too visually appealing, and it detracts from the information. Circle away from the homepage, and you can see that the theme is quite consistent. The sidebar is still there. The colors match up quite well. Even though it changes from black to white, it still has the overall feel of the homepage. Has an interesting graphic along the top of the page. And then you can see that the text here and here are consistent with font size, and it's still visually appealing and has the original spirit of the homepage and has a cohesiveness and theme. For the quality of the information metric, it's divided into two groups: information available and presentation of information. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has a great deal of information on endangered species, jobs, environmental education, and hunting regulations for states, even though all of this is presented to you at once from the homepage. Whereas NOAA's website has information related to environmental aspects of natural resources and individuals involved in projects and grants to apply for. And all of this information is chunked, and articles are quite easy to read, and they don't differ too much in how they're presented. Whereas the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, due to those websites being managed by different organizations on state, regional levels, those presentations of information can vary quite a bit. One of the unique features that are found within some of these sites is that the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has information divided by region found on a state map on their homepage, which is pretty helpful when it comes to accessing information on a state-by-state basis. Whereas it can provide you with weather information anywhere you can, and then they also have articles that can be found in an Explore tab. And then they come down to a drop-down menu, and it's very intriguing. Overall, NOAA is a more engaging website. When it comes to its infographics, NOAA has a greater ease of navigation throughout its website, throughout helpful um, sidebar through its disciplines. And the quality of information that can be found in NOAA, due to its organization, is a lot more helpful. And NOAA has quite a few more unique features when it comes to applying for grants and when it comes to having an organization of information.